Hello and welcome to Wellbrook Productions. Today we're taking a look at my ideas for the Bad Batch Episode 1 Set Ideas. Now this is a series I will be doing every single Saturday morning, but this is an odd week because the Bad Batch did drop on a Tuesday on May the 4th instead of a Friday where it usually will be dropping. And I'll be doing one of these every single Saturday. So if you do enjoy this video, please be sure to come back for next week for Episode 2 of this 16-part series. And let's get into the video. But before we do that, I just wanted to say that I do not think any of these sets are going to happen in any near future. These are just ideas of things I would love to see them do, but they won't because Lego's not smart, except for when it comes to the summer wave. These summer sets sound great, but the Bad Batch show we've seen so far isn't looking so good. So let's get into it, guys. One last thing I forgot to mention is that there is a spoiler warning. And if you haven't seen the episode yet in the first 24 hours, watch it right now. Honestly, it is so good. And just stay up till midnight. I don't care what you have to do. Just watch it. You'll love it and you'll be in love with it. It's so good. So let's actually get into the video. Our first set on the list here today is a $350 Camino. Now imagine how cool a $350 Master Builder Series style Camino would be. We would have so many figures that we desperately need to see from Star Wars, and we could get 2 miniature V-Wings from it. And by the way, this was made by Brick Yoda 555 on Instagram and on YouTube. Totally check him out because he makes great rendered box arts for these things. And it could have 1 or 2 of those miniature V-Wings like they did for the miniature Slave 1 in the Bespin Cloud Car. Now those 2 were pretty good models in a tinier scale, and I think they could do it for the V-Wing since this is a Master Builder Series set. And there would be so many great figures we could have with this set. So let's get into that next. First up, we would have Admiral Tarkin, because why not? I feel like Shang-Chi would also be a pretty good figure to have because we haven't had her in a long time, and she's usually on Camino during the Clone Wars, so I thought that'd be kind of cool. Also, Lama Su. We need to have Camino people. I don't get, why don't we have these Caminoans? And it's just crazy that we haven't gotten one since, the Episode 2 came out, and it's just completely insane. I think they should make this a custom mode and be way cool. The only shit we've actually seen from Camino, if you count that, is really the Slave 1 Jango Fett's version, and we got that when the original movie came out. The next figure I would include is probably around 2 Phase 2 Clone Troopers. I would include more, obviously, but LEGO tends to only include 2 of the Imperial Stormtrooper, that's the Death Star, and the Master Builder Series Cloud State, and the Master Builder Series Hoth set. I just think they would only include 2, so 2 of these would be pretty good. And another figure we could have is also a Camino Trooper, maybe 2 of them as well, and maybe the Camino Commander, because we've never gotten a Camino Trooper. Even though this looks like the Wolfpack Trooper, it's not. It's the Camino Troopers, and they protect Camino, and that'd be pretty cool if we got one of those. Then, if this is a long shot, because I don't think they want to mix the 2 eras, maybe add some Phase 1 Clone Troopers, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Jango Fett, and we could even have some Clone Cadets. That'd be pretty cool to see, because we never got any Clone Cadets ever. And also some clones in training. Now, we're getting too many figures, and I'm spending way too long on this set, so let's just move on to my next set idea. For my next set, it's actually an AAT from the Clone Wars. Now, this one's actually different. It's going to be the accurate size, proportions, everything. And the one that we saw in the TV show, I can't find an image of it anywhere. That's a different color scheme of an AAT that we've never even seen before, which was kind of cool to see in the Bad Batch. So we could get possibly 2 B1 battle droids like we did in the newest AAT, and we could get Crosshair, the version we've never had before of him in LEGO officially, and he's not coming in the Bad Batch show either because that's his Imperial version, so it would be nice to get him as well in this set. And then we can have Kanan Jarrus or Caleb Dune as a kid, because that scene was amazing, and maybe his master, but I highly doubt they would include 5 figures for this set, so we'll just keep it to 4 figures with Crosshair, Kanan, and the 2 B1 battle droids. The next set we will have is actually just a standard run-of-the-mill V-Wing fighter. I mean, it's a pretty iconic ship from Star Wars, from Revenge of the Sith, I feel like, and we haven't gotten one since 2014, and I really feel like it'd be nice to see again. Now, this would probably be around $30. It can include 2 figures, it would be nice if we had more, but 2 figures I'd be acceptable with, and we could have a V-Wing pilot and Omega, since we have not gotten her in any of the sets that are currently available, and I really think Omega is a character we will need to get eventually from the Bad Batch, and we probably will get it eventually, and that's why I think a $30 V-Wing would be a nice set to get from LEGO if they did make it. The next set on this list would be Saw Gerrera's base camp. Now this base camp will include tons of things like tents and just family members possibly, and just things like that be kind of cool to see, and some jungly terrain. It also include an Imperial probe droid because we did see that in the Bad Batch how Tarkin was spying on them, and it was kind of cool to see that, and maybe we'll get it in black or gray, who knows. And this is kind of like the Trouble on Tatooine set from The Mandalorian. It would just be a set like this without the big massive crossbow. And we could get Saw Gerrera in this set. We could get like one member of the Bad Batch, and we could get some Saw Gerrera rebels, which we've never seen before, along with Saw Gerrera, which we've also never seen before. So that'd be kind of cool. And the Bad Batch member I would suggest we get is Echo, because he's just such a cool character, and I feel like we need more of him. And to add to that, we have to see him with his mechanical arm because we haven't seen him with that yet, and it's not in the Bad Batch show set as we've seen in the images. Now, I do have a lot of ideas for this specific episode, but I think they'll show up in future episodes too, and I want to try to not, like, repeat any sets during this series because, you know, I just don't want to repeat set ideas that I've given in the past. That was the same thing for the Mandalorian series, and it worked out well. So, that's why I'm just saving all the other sets for later, like an ATTE and stuff like that. But this is episode 1, and I hope you did enjoy this episode 1 of the series. Let me know what you thought of the Bad Batch down below in the comments, and I'll see you all in the next one for Bad Batch Set Ideas Episode 2.